So, some thoughts about this afternoon's game?
Well, I thought it was a tough game, Adam. Obviously, we didn't play to our potential. You know, it's a little disappointing, but man, that first half was ugly. I thought both teams watching that game had to be bored, sick to their stomach, whatever word you can think of. I mean, we've never had a half, I don't think, all year, maybe once, where we scored 26 points. I mean, that was mind-boggling, but nevertheless, these kids here have really done a great job all year. Worked really hard, and it's a shame we couldn't win this last game. We haven't won a championship in a long time in Fairmont. We got some great fans. You see, we had the most fans today, I thought. Came in bunches to support these kids, and we'll get there. You know, it just makes you work that much harder to try to win a championship, and it shows you how hard it is to win a championship. So you got to give your credit to Coach Guy. I've said it all year long. I think he has the best guards in the league. This is a guards league. When you got guys that can beat you off the bounce, make threes, put you in rotation, it's hard to guard that team. You know, especially with us on three back-to-back games, very difficult with some of the injuries that these guys are playing with. That, you know, that hasn't been unnoticed. You got one guy at the knee. Nick's cramped up the entire 2 days, and Thomas has had a bad foot. So we're not going to make excuses. Hats off to Glenville. They did a great job.
Chase got his 9th start of the season. Was you knew Glenville was going to go to the zone? Was that the intent to try to get him to be the zone?
Yeah, you know, when we put Jamel and Chase out there in the wings, usually that opens some things up for Nick and Thomas to go work inside. So nothing against Caleb, but you know he's not a great outside shot. Doesn't have a great outside shot. So we wanted to stretch him a little bit. Chase had a miserable tournament. You know, I'm very blunt with these kids. These guys know. I tell them exactly like it is. He's carried us in games this year, but quite frankly, in Charleston, he really struggled to find rhythm. The good thing, as I told him, it's your senior year, and you're going to have more games left. You're going to go play the NCAA tournament next week up on the hill at West Liberty. So you don't want that to be your last feeling of not making shots.
Guys, yeah, the game, Craig and I talked about, there's a lot of flow to this game. But we went through some major scoring droughts, 5-6 minutes and stuff like that. Are they doing anything special with it?
No, we were just being really stagnant. We wasn't moving the ball like we should. The zone wasn't really that. It wasn't the zone. We were just like very stagnant. We weren't giving the ball more than we needed to give. So as a guy, we just tossing up shots that we're not used to shooting.
I feel like in that drought, the droughts were scoring, we were very tentative. And we get the ball in the post, sometimes we might not look to score as much, and it doesn't help when guys like me and Chase, they hit shots like we usually do. You know, so it's hard because I mean they really try to control the game. They make sure they try to stuff guys and try to make Nick think about what he's going to do with the ball. So I think that's happening our droughts.
I don't think this game had much to do with the offense. I think down the stretch we failed to make the defensive play we did most. We tied it up. I gave up a backdoor, and then Caleb up off morality of 2-3 in a row. Those plays can happen when you down the stretch. We got to make those defensive plays. So that's what's happening.
Good point. You lost Morales twice.
And they, you know, I think they've out-rebounded every opponent in the tournament. Glenville State's like 225 out of 294.
Well, and the other thing, Rich, if you look at the stats, I mean, they shot 26 free throws. We shot 15. So going into the game, our whole deal is we got to control the free throw line. We got to rebound the ball, and that's just effort. You know, I can't coach that. I can't do it for them. I can't tell them to go get the rebounds. They were just quicker. You know, they looked a step quicker than us today, and they looked at yesterday against West Liberty. You know, that's what makes college basketball great. You know, when these teams get on a run, I certainly would not want to play them in the NCAA tournament. I think with guards like that, they're going to be dangerous. So it'll be interesting. It's going to be a great regional.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.